So one thing I really pay attention to when I am talking to like my friends is really how people are describing their relationships, right? Because not every bond is going to feel rooted in love. Oftentimes there's a lot of relationships that is maintained through leverage. And what do I mean by that? So from a clinical standpoint, love feels very regulating. It creates a sense of psychological safety. Your nervous system is gonna feel settled. Like you're not in a constant state of like anticipation or fear of losing that connection with that said person. Leverage feels it's often subtle, but honestly, it's very conditional. So there's an underlying sense of this connection is really dependent on like how you show up, like how you behave, and literally like how you tolerate. So I really want you guys to understand how the brain comes into play with this type of stuff. So when a relationship is inconsistent, and what I mean by inconsistent, I mean like there's periods of like closeness followed by periods of like withdrawal, the brain's reward system is activated. So dopamine is released in like an intermittent pattern, right? Which actually strengthens attachment. So it's similar to what you see in like reinforcement cycles. And at the same time, the amygdala, which is responsible for detecting threat, is going to remain engaged. So in a sense, your body is like oscillating between feeling relief and then feeling distress, right? So over time, this is going to create like a sense of neurological condition where dysfunction starts to feel familiar. So that's why you'll see like some patients or like your friends, your family, whatever, they're often going to describe some relationships as feeling like very intense and very hard to leave or to let go of, and even like emotionally taxing. So clinically, we see this show up in like anxious attachment patterns and trauma bonding and emotional dependency, because that is honestly where the individuals begin to associate instability with connection. So I want you to think about this. Instead of asking, is this love? A more clinical, useful question is going to be, does this relationship promote regulation or does it perpetuate dysfunction? Because honestly, at the end of the day, love will support regulation. And on the other hand, leverage is going to sustain dysfunction.